Buongiorno! Today we're making a wonderful calzone filled with sweet white onions and olives from the Apulia region of Italy, calzone di cipolla. To make this calzone we're gonna need 250 grams of plain flour, possibly of the 00 type that you can find in Italy or in good food shops around the world. 250 grams of durum wheat flour, semolina, the one that we use to make pasta with. 25 grams of fresh yeast, and if you don't have the fresh one, you can use 2 teaspoons of dry yeast. 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 deciliters of lukewarm water, 2 teaspoons of salt for the dough, 8 small sweet white onions or 4 big ones. If you can't find the white onions, the yellow ones will do too. 5 anchovy fillets in oil, 2 tablespoons of raisins, 100 grams of pitted green or black olives, whichever type you prefer, 50 grams of grated pecorino, the lovely salty Italian sheep cheese. You can choose a Sardinian or a Roman or a Sicilian one. 1.5 deciliter of olive oil extravergine, plus some extra olive oil if necessary, some coarse sea salt and some black pepper. Let's start mixing the yeast with sugar and water. Make sure that yeast and sugar dissolve properly, because the sugar is going to make sure the yeast is activated. Mix together the 2 types of flour. Put them in a big bowl. Then add 2 teaspoons of salt and mix. Then you can add the water with the sugar and yeast. Add the olive oil and mix everything well. Transfer the mixture on the working top and knead until you obtain a very compact and yet very elastic dough. Now you can divide the dough in 2 bowls, one of which a bit bigger than the other one. Now you can cut a cross on top of each bowl of dough with a knife. In the meantime, we can soak the raisins with some warm water, and when they're ready, we will pat them dry with kitchen paper. Now you can cut the pitted olives in rings and put them aside in a small bowl. Peel the sweet onions and cut them. And these are for obvious reasons, of course. Fry the onions in olive oil until they're soft, glazy and caramelized. Mix the onions with the soaked raisins, the olives, the pecorino cheese and the anchovy cut in small pieces. Since the pecorino is quite salty, you probably don't need to add any more salt, but taste the mixture just to make sure. Let's go back to the dough, which has risen thanks to the yeast. Nice and soft. Now we can flatten the dough with a rolling pin. Both dough balls. Lay the bigger piece of dough on one oven dish that you've previously greased with a lot of olive oil. And fill with the onion mixture. Cover with the smallest piece of flattened dough and seal the borders, pressing and pinching and rolling them up a bit. This is a bit too much. Now you can grease the top side of the focaccia with some olive oil. Well, it's a calzone actually, not a focaccia. And you sprinkle it with some coarse sea salt, just for the extra taste. And now we put the calzone in the preheated oven at 200 degrees centigrade for about 30 minutes. And this is the end result, our beautiful calzone.